Paige, where are you from? And tell me how you got into what you do.
I'm Paige Webster. I run Webster Global Site Selectors, and we're headquartered in Phoenix, but we have a second office in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
I was actually in economic development, and about 20 years ago, I changed over to being a site selector.
Tell me, coming to Fort McMurray, was it different than what you thought it was going to be?
Well, this is my second time here.
Oh, okay.
But my first time here, I was just absolutely amazed with the industry. I mean, we hear in the United States about the oil and sands. When I did the tour the first time I was here a couple of years ago, we didn't fly over it. And today we flew over it. It absolutely is eye-opening of what type of industry you have here.
Yes, this is your first helicopter ride over.
Yes.
Yeah, that changes the whole...
Yeah, the whole drive. Yeah.
What can we do a little bit better here to promote our community?
I would just say that you need to really brand yourself, not only within Canada, but internationally. Doing the research and conducting SiteLink here. A lot of people, even in the United States, they only know Calgary and Edmonton. They don't know any of the other communities. And we hosted in Woodlands County, which is Whitecourt, about 3 years ago. And so I drove north to Peace River and just couldn't believe like the agriculture that's available in northern Alberta. So then when I came here to Fort McMurray, it was like, what am I going to find? Just the diversification that we've learned about. I think you have over 120 languages that are spoken here in the community. That's absolutely great.
It's an interesting time in our country because like we have a sense of nationalism that we haven't had before. But then at the same time in Alberta, we feel kind of like Alberta contributes more to this country.
Correct.
Than all the other provinces combined.
Correct.
So my next question is, how do we build a better relationship with the United States so we prosper? How do we make that border a little less harsh?
And there really shouldn't be a border. I mean, I feel that the Canadians actually know more about the U.S. than U.S. citizens know about Canada or
100%,
or even Mexico. I mean, I think Mexicans know more. It's through tourism, I believe, of really trying to tell your story and really marketing. The Northern Lights have actually been starting to kind of circulate into northern U.S. And I don't know if that's from global warming or whatever, but more people are so interested in that.
We take it for granted.
You do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I live in Arizona.
Yeah.
Most people in Arizona take the Grand Canyon for granted.
Yeah.
Everybody goes there to see it. I remember just talking to like 5 or 6 of my neighbors in Phoenix, and they'd never been to the Grand Canyon.
We know more about Americans than Americans know about Americans.
Yeah. That's why I brought SiteLink to Canada, and it happens to be that in Alberta, because we do kind of are like cousins. There's much open mind. I've tried to do it in Ontario, and it hasn't worked there. We do have some interest in British Columbia, but a lot of site selectors in the United States, I would say 15 years ago, would never bring a project to Canada because they thought it was more socialistic and your labor cost was about 30% more. But as I started continuing to do more business in Canada, I learned like the commodity of sugar is cheaper to import into Canada than it is into the United States. And you see a bunch of confectionery, cookie makers, anything that has to do with sugar are locating in the Ontario area. Over the last 15 years, I've been trying to bring other site selectors up here to understand that there's not polar bears that are just north of Edmonton. There's not penguins just north of Edmonton. I mean, you have a ton of agricultural space between Edmonton and Peace River.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even Fort McMurray. You can farm right up to Wandering River.
Yeah. And so these consultants, they don't know that. If you asked what the furthest northern city is in Alberta, they'd say Edmonton. They don't know Fort McMurray. They don't. Yeah. So that's when I go back to saying that raising your flag and doing an international campaign, and don't do it through the province, do it yourselves, is how you're going to get put on. I mean, if you were to, let's say, go to Europe and say, where is the third largest oil producer in the world? They would probably say Qatar. Yeah. They're not going to say Fort McMurray.
So my final question is, what are 3 things you do for fun?
I fly fish, I travel, I like to read.
And one last question. You're the mayor of Fort McMurray right now. Okay. What would you do tomorrow to make our brand better?
I would support the heck out of the Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo Economic Development, Lisa Sweet's organization. She does tremendous work. I've met her numerous times in different parts of the world, and everybody knows Lisa Sweet. The staff there absolutely works tremendously hard to get the word out. And I would really, truly work on redevelopment of the downtown area. The focus on redevelopment of your downtown area, that's your gateway. And if you can get a redevelopment plan set in place, I think you're going to win largely because that is the gateway. And second of all, if you're up on the plateau where the new development's going, you can't see that from the highway. So there needs to be signage that says, hey, there's retail up this road.
Create
Like a billboard that says, hey, Burger King's up here, or whatever the retailer is. You know it locally, but somebody that's from out of town, if you were just to drive up the road north of Fort McMurray, you wouldn't know that there's commerce taking place or even residential up on the, I don't know what you call that, but the plateau area. And it's really easy. All you do is put a sign up.
Thank you.
Yeah.